Speculations and shortage of the American dollars are driving prices upwards. Nigerians are finding it increasingly difficult to access the dollar at the Central Bank of Nigeria. CBN's official rates for legitimate transactions, those worst affected, are international travelers who are experiencing delays in accessing Business Travel Allowance, BTA, Personal Travel Allowance, PTA, and funds to pay for medical and others. This perhaps validates the notion that an economy built on dollars has the tendency to be very unstable. Jide, some of our students, they've gotten admission to schools abroad and they have a deadline, especially those from the United Kingdom. But the new season will start, the new session will start September, and they'll be giving deadline to pay, some amount of money and everything. And you know the way it is. Most of them, they are trapped. They cannot get dollars to pay.
Yes, that's the situation we found ourselves in. I know a bank, one of the biggest 3 banks in Nigeria, that has now committed to just focusing on requests for dollars to pay school fees abroad. Because what is the point in keeping those students here? They need to go and study abroad. So they are giving them preference over those who have other needs for the greenback. But this underlines the problem of dollar illiquidity in our country. If you have enough of it, banks won't be telling people that, look, we need at least 8 weeks to process your request. This was not happening before. We have said repeatedly that, look, yes, we are not producing enough. And because we are not producing enough, we are not earning enough foreign exchange. But that does not mean that we cannot handle this situation better. The management of the forex regime is defective. And all of the solutions thrown at it have also fallen flat. You said, you are not going to be giving forex to BDCs. What did we gain from that? It didn't stop the problem. In fact, it worsened the problem. Go and check the rate, the exchange rate at the time when the decision was taken to not sell to BDCs anymore. You will see that it has gone up since then. Every attempt at solving the problem has failed spectacularly. So
I noticed.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We've thrown at this problem.
It has failed. I have said repeatedly that, yes, even if you want to keep a dual exchange window as we have, you must bridge the gap between the two, because that gap, the wideness of that gap encourages speculation. There are many people who do not have legitimate need for the dollar, who will go to the bank, forge documents for the purpose of accessing this dollar. When you give it to them, they take it to the black market, where they will now make tons of cash. Of course, you have encouraged them by even keeping a dual window in the first place. You've encouraged them.
That's about the fastest way you can make money in Nigeria right now.
No,
because once I'm changing for official for 400 and something,
yes,
and I go to the black market and I can sell for 700
within minutes you can even become a millionaire. Just
if I pump in $1 million into that, my return for investment will be massive.
You can retire and enjoy your loot.
You can stop practicing journalism and just go and be living the life of a big man.
Still one yacht.
What are you going to
do? The problem
when we send for you, you will not show up. You can spit in our faces. If we say, where are you? Come on, us. You can spit in our faces.
I don't understand that kind of...
No, they look at it, especially now.
Yeah.
You know, it is if it is at the official, if it's 415,
yes,
and it's about 680,
Or 17.
No, you know that one didn't last more than 24 hours. Okay. So let's even say it is 680.
That's almost...
Or 660. Somebody still sold it for 660 yesterday. So 660 or 15 to 660. Look at the gap.
And you pump enough money.
Look at the gap. You can easily, if you are in government and you have long leg, you can easily order the CBN governor, make dollar available to this fellow at official rates.
Yes.
Give him so amount. That's what the former CBN governor said. That some people will sit in their gardens, cross their legs.
Yes.
And then collect dollars at the official rate and change.
Business.
They become...
At the detriment of our country.
You know, the unfortunate aspect of it all is that government itself is with the one encouraging this. How? Ayo, you won an award. Government will say, we are giving you $10,000. Why will they give? Why will a government give its citizens a foreign nation's currency? In Ghana here, I don't think you will win anything and the Ghanaian government will give you dollars. They will give you cedi.
Or South Africa.
Or South Africa. But in Nigeria, the governors will gleefully, and federal government will gleefully announce that Mr. So has won this, and we are giving him $20,000. For what?
Yes.
Why don't you quantify that in Naira?
They were giving 20,000.
Exactly.
Rivers United, I just won the league.
So why don't you quantify that in Naira?
That's where the demand will keep going up.
That is where the demand will continue to go up. Because if you win anything and the currency of your country is Naira, if you want to give him $20,000 worth in Nigerian Naira,
give him the
Naira equivalent. Why give him the dollar? Is he going to spend the money in the U.S.? He's going to spend it. You expect him to spend it in this economy. So why give him dollar?
Jide, we're in
Lagos. It is the government that
I
is
can tell you there's some apartments on the island that they pay with dollars.
It's only our country that this nonsense is happening.
Exactly.
I once told a story of when I went to Durban, South Africa, because I knew that their currency would be useless to me here. I wanted to spend all of their currency that I had exchanged before entering the aircraft. Now, I was in a shop. I saw something that I liked. So I think it was a CD, a gospel CD. There was no way I didn't persuade this guy. And he's an Italian, not even a South African. I tried to persuade him to take the dollar bill that I had. This guy refused. I pleaded because I knew that once I left that place, that's all. He refused.
He refused.
You can only spend that currency in the duty-free shops around the airport, inside the airport.
Security zone.
But that you will be in town, going around the town, doing your shopping, and you want to spend the dollar in South Africa?
Nobody.
Where is that going to happen?
Nobody.
And you cannot exchange the currency. You can't exchange dollar to their currency without them taking your passport and
exactly
having
recording everything and all that. But
South Africa.
Here you will be walking by the roadside. In fact, places where we didn't have Aboki selling this
they are everywhere.
They are now they were not in Akute before.
They
were not in Shaga. They were not in Shaga before. We now have them in Shaga. Everywhere.
I wanted to mention airport hotel.
Effective.
You even see Yoruba people.
No. Go to this thing. Akute bus stop, Akute last bus stop.
Yes.
Whether you will not see them there.
Dala.
And if there's no market, they won't
near that plaza. No, the dollarization of our economy
is exactly
makes the dollar to be constantly in demand. Those who are stealing our money in billions, they steal it in Naira.
Yes.
Then they go to exchange it. When somebody was telling me that that he read that the EFCC claimed that the Accountant General got a bribe of 15 billion. So I asked, I said, if he got a bribe of 15 billion, do you honestly think he won't convert it to dollars? Because the dollar is a much more reliable store of value than our currency. then even still all of the people who go to lobby people in government, this and that, it's still dollars that they tell them to go and bring. It's dollars they tell them to go and bring, because when you put $10,000 in your pocket, nobody will know.
Nobody knows.
Whereas you are walking around with so much money. Now, even, yes, one big problem is the fact that we are spending a huge quantum of the dollars that we have to import petroleum products.
Yeah.
Because if we were not importing and we were simply, our refineries were working, there will be no need for this.
There will be
no need. But we are now spending a huge chunk. Then the little that is left will not be enough to take care of other things. When we were, when this country, look at Indonesia, look at Malaysia.
Yes.
I can say we taught Malaysia how to grow palm fruit. Today, Nigeria has become a net importer of palm oil, crude palm oil. So you know, if we enter even some of the supermarkets,
yes,
you will see imported palm oil.
Yeah.
We have become net importer of crude
everything
palm oil.
Is imported. Everything.
Whereas in Malaysia and Indonesia, nobody needs to. We are supposed to focus on those things that will earn us foreign exchange. Palm oil is still very, very useful. This lipstick that women use is a product of palm oil.
They use a lot, yeah.
The cream that we rub on our body, but today, nobody wants to. The things that used to give us money in those days, we are not interested in them anymore.
We focus on buying and
we created this problem for ourselves, and I wish that
that's why the dollar will
that it is not too late for us as a nation.